Real Expressions. Start your day on the right foot with Andre Donald here on Real 91.9 and 5 FM.
Right here.
www.drealfmgrenada.com. Real Expressions.
Where you walk, what you say, when you talk, where you go, where you walk, what you say, when you talk.
It's a hungry world out there, with everybody scrambling to get a share.
Morning, Grenada, morning, Carriacou, morning, PT Martinique to you beautiful people in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. TNT, what's up? 107.9 inside of Fun City, Brooklyn. This is the Mega. This is where it all happens, day in, day out. You can't afford to miss Real FM. Good morning to you. Let us pray.
Good morning to Mr. Andre. Good morning to the nation. This morning, Lord, peace be on this spot I bow. Peace, Lord, and all that carries on. Let your known peace of God and let him honor a peace abide. Let our spirit now come down and let the blessing take his place. And Son of Peace, receive my cry, fullness, Lord of the gospel ring. This our blessed Lord. I come before your presence. I thanking you, Lord, for putting us to bed. I thanking you, Lord, for rising up us this morning, especially, Lord, those who lucky to see the morning rising sun. I give you a special thanks for each and every one. And even those I cannot thank you, I thanking you for them this morning, blessed Lord. The most important thing in our life, the breath you bring unto each and every one of us. This morning, blessed Lord, I bring the children before you. Father, the school children is in your hand this morning, blessed Lord. Father, God, guide them and protect them. Save them from shame and disgrace. This our blessed Lord. The Prime Minister I bring before you, Dr. Kidd, by name and by number. Father God, is only you and you alone what knows everything about that son. Father, you are the maker of him. You are the creator of him. And Father God, I ask you, Lord, to look over that son. Pass by home this morning. Each and every one of them are dwelling in the home. Guide them and provide for them this morning, blessed Lord. Father, remember him this hour, Lord. Remember his security, Jesus. Every day, Lord, asking your master, help them to be truthful to him. Remember the home where they living behind this hour, Lord. Remember each and every one of them. Father God, you knows best. Remember them this hour, Lord. Father, all the ministers I bring before you. I cannot name them one by one, but Master, you are acquainted to all your children. Look over each and every one of them this morning, blessed Lord, my God and my King. Those who dwelling with them, remember them, provide for them, bless them if thou be so pleased. Remember each and every one, the entire force, Lord. Have mercy on them this hour, blessed Lord. Father God, they all are mother child and father child. Father, they all are with brothers and sisters this hour, blessed Lord. Father, pass by our police station this hour. Those who are on duty and those out of duty this hour, Lord. St. Patrick Police Station I bring before you. Each and every one of them in that station, bind them together, teach them to love and to unite and to understand each other this hour, blessed Lord. Remember them. Father, I bring the SSU before you. Father, pass by every camp this hour, Lord. Father, guide them and protect them. Do for them, Lord, what they cannot do for themselves this hour, Lord. Bless them if thou be so pleased. Father, the road is rough and the road is tough for each and every one of them. But with you, Jesus, I know they can make it. Remember them this morning, blessed Lord. Father God, you say, leave us not alone, but still support and comfort us. The purpose is arriving fast and unfolding each and every hour. But the bud may have a bitter taste, but sweet shall be the flowers. You are the rock in the weary land. You are the one who could shelter all your children in the time of storm this hour, blessed Lord. Remember all the frontline workers. Father, remember the nurses, especially the doctors. Remember each and every one. Father, all nurses, Lord, all doctors, take them in charge. I know you is able that you can save them. You are the sheep in the pasture, and you know each and every one of them by the different voices. Remember all the frontline workers again, this hour, blessed Jesus. Father, those that cannot help themselves, remember them. Father, there is time the road is rough and the road is tough for the nurses and them. But Jesus, I know with you they can make every effort they want to make this morning, blessed Lord. Remember Mr. Boston, I bring before you. Remember that son, if thou be so pleased. Take that son in charge. Guide him and protect him. Pass by the home. Bless him if thou be so pleased. Keep him in the act of safety, my God and my King. Remember that son if thou be so pleased. Father, remember the bosses, remember the driver, the conductor, the passenger, the boat on the ocean, the Coast Guard I bring before you. Father God, remember these people on the Coast Guard, Lord. Father, each and every one on that Coast Guard, I give you thanks, I give you praise. Father, I know you is able to save each and every one of them, my God and my King. Lend them your shield this hour, blessed Lord, that they able to shield themselves this hour. Oh God, this morning, blessed Lord, my God and my King. Remember them this hour, Lord. But I remember all those that I cannot name them one by one. Remember every home and the family this hour, blessed Lord. For I know each and every one of them this morning, blessed Lord. Mr. Andre, I bring before you. Remember that son. Father, remember the whom you lend unto him. Father, guide it and keep it safe. Remember him this morning, the offspring of his body, wheresoever they locate, Lord. All those who are dwelling with them, take them in charge if thou be so pleased. Bless them, Master, my God and my King. Remember them this morning. Remember that son, this our Lord. Father, pass by that radio station. Remember the Focan and the Bonding Center, and even the chapel and the door, the entire of the gap, the surrounding of the yard. Keep that place safe night and they leave no winds with Satan could enter this our Lord. I bring his staff before you this morning, each and every one of them. You know them better than I do. Master, you are acquainted to them. Try you cut in and give them a peep down. Prop them on any bed inside. Those are traveling with both styles, are traveling mercy for them, my God and my King. This morning, Lord, what could I tell you concerning Grenada, Carriacou, Petit Martinique, the rest of the Eastern Caribbean, Lord? Father, the whole world is in your hand. You are the maker of each and every one, my God and my King. Pass by my village, pass by my people, Lord. Pass by each and every one of them this hour, blessed Lord. Remember that pastor this hour, Lord. Father, you know him by name and you know him by number. Pass by home, Lord. He and his family this hour, blessed Lord. Pass by whose land this morning, blessed Lord. Remember him by, you know him by name and you know him by number. My God and my King, my friend in Armitage, here and everywhere. My God and my Redeemer. Father, take each and every one in charge, if thou be so pleased. As we tell the disciples to say, our Father which art in heaven, holy be thy name, thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us the days our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from all evil. For there is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen and amen. Thank you, Lord.
Good morning, and how are you, my dear?
I'm okay for the time, and you?
I'm all right.
Glad to hear that. And what's about Brendan?
Brendan is fine.
Okay.
I saw him this morning, early,
Okay.
so he's fine.
All right. I'm glad to hear that.
You're glad to hear that. What else you want to know?
Well, I know all your stuff is okay, and I'm hoping the whole of Grenada is okay.
Okay, well, the whole of Grenada will be fine.
Right.
Yeah, and I was looking for something else to tell you,
Tell me.
I saw your daughter yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and Christine told me she gonna make her go.
This don't matter.
Yeah,
The
Christine.
Lord will
told me.
provide.
Okay. I just telling you what happened, you know?
Yeah, but I'm just telling you what God say. He never leave his children undone.
Never,
He
never.
always provide for his children.
I tell you mustn't trust short people.
You don't have space for her?
Say again?
You have no space for her when Christine make her go?
Why daddy don't open a radio station and put her there? Feel I don't hear him?
When telling you aim, I don't always tell people, don't watch you, so you know. Oh, yeah. Why
Morning.
could that ease you hear that? Are they in the room, you know?
Yeah.
And that is in the sitting room, but you hear that still.
Yeah, we. And I don't lie.
I'm telling you, is good.
Yo.
Yeah.
So you good, mom?
For the time,
All right, then.
but I go say,
Daddy, you going by bush, boy?
Yes, man, I was eating my breakfast.
Well, feed him, man, now.
Praying, I still don't push.
She praying, so you're waiting, okay.
later.
Take care of yourself.
Take care,
All
yeah.
right, bye-bye.
All right.
It's real, it's 91. Good morning, Grenada. Good morning, Caribbean. Good morning to the WOILD. 10 minutes after the 7 o'clock hour, 7:30 this morning. We're going to try a continuation of that discussion we were having yesterday from 7:30 until 7:45. We're going to bring forward today's Wednesday, so we should be having, help me, water wise from the National Water and Sewage Authority. So we're going to bring that to 7:25 so that we can start promptly at 7:30 with the folks that will be Paul and Kurt. Kurt McFarlane with roots from Carriacou, and Paul, what's his last name? Don't remember. Honestly, I don't. But we're going to start with Paul and Kurt around about 7:30 until 7:45. And just around between 7:45 and 7:50, we should be linking with the Minister for Education, Honorable Emlyn Pierre, Parliamentary Representative for the constituency of St. Andrews South East. Woo! Is it Southeast? Yeah, Southeast. Has to be. Can't be anything different. Good morning, Grenada. Good morning, Caribbean. Good morning to the WORLD. Andre Donald. My friends call me AD.
Careful.
Ozone really gets it clean. Get with the Ozone family line of products. Ozone liquid laundry detergent. Perfect for your semi or fully automatic washing machines. Yet suitable for your hand wash. Soft on your hands. Ozone disinfectant cleaner. It's the most powerful disinfectant and cleaner with a long-lasting fresh scent. Tackles every job around the house or office. Ozone detergent powder and ultra soft fabric softener gets your clothes clean with a natural freshness. Keeps your colors bright. Choose from the wonderful scents: soft flower, ocean breeze, and the new aloe vera. Keep your kitchen sparkling clean with the Ozone dishwashing liquid, Ozone sponges, and cleaning cloth. Ozone toilet bowl cleaner removes lime scale and kills germs while giving your toilet a refreshing scent. Ozone really gets it clean. Marketed and distributed by Calico, Frequente St. George's, and are available at shops and supermarkets nationwide.
Who wants to save 30%? Everybody! Now more than ever, Flow understands the need to make your dollar stretch. Our new bundles can help you save 30% off your current bill. Plus, get a free speed upgrade on your in-home internet. Simply add your mobile to your current home services account and save 30%. It's easy. Sign up now and save. All on the most reliable fixed and mobile network on island. Visit a Flow store or call us at 1-800-804-2994 for more information. Flow, it only gets better. Terms and conditions apply.
Dear customer, please help us limit the potential impact of COVID-19. If you have cold, flu, or COVID-19 symptoms, please postpone your visit to Grenlec. We recommend using online banking to make payments, available through Co-op Bank, Republic Bank, and FCIB. You can also use check drop boxes at each of our locations. For bill balances and other information, call 237. For additional support, email customersupport@grenlec.com.
Green's Concept introduces the latest innovation in air conditioning technology in Grenada, providing the most energy efficient, environmentally friendly air conditioning units in Grenada. Using a natural refrigerant, our air conditioning unit systems are up to 40% more energy efficient than the current units used in the Grenadian market. Powerful cooling while using less electricity and very inexpensive. That means more money in your pocket. We offer free delivery to all locations of installation and installed by top quality trained professional engineers with over 20 years experience in the business. Contact Green's Concept 417-5460 or 442-1663. Email greensconcept@gmail.com. At Green's Concept, we cool you and the planet.
Greens Concepts announces special prices on 18,000 and 24,000 BTU units. You have been saving on power, now save on prices. Call us today.
Hey, I am Corporal 85 Grant, attached to CRD Eastern Division, reminding you that incest and all other sexual violence is a crime.
And me say no make them take advantage of you.
Now make them take advantage of you. Good morning, Drums.
Hello, good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
Tell me.
Good morning to you. Good morning to the nation. A reading from the Word of God, Psalm 51. Have mercy upon me, O God, according to thy loving kindness, according to the multitude of thy mercy. Blot out my transgressions, wash me thoroughly from my iniquity, and cleanse me from my sins. For I acknowledge my transgression, and my sin is ever before me. This is the end of the scripture reading.
And thank you so very much. How you doing this morning?
I'm good.
Right, nice to hear that. How's the weather up by your side? It looks nice and bright from my side.
Nice and bright, yeah.
And that. Good morning. How are you?
I did.
Well, I'll you let me go so I don't really bother.
Let us go, man.
Right now, I have 5 wives.
5?
Yes.
Just make sure I have us include.
No. I'll you get by the concubine side. Concubine. What?
Like trouble.
You getting ready to go? As if you're getting ready to go.
No, I did today.
You did today. Okay. Well, link up. Yeah. Take care.
Okay, bye.
All right, bye-bye. Real 91.9, 91.5, triple W dot. 16 we make it. In a couple of ticks, we'll be joining the folks at the Morris Bishop International Airport Meteorological Office for the latest on the weather. Blessings. Good morning to you, Caroline. How you doing? Lennox, what's up? And Gemlin, how you doing?
Greed and jealousy.
Francis, that ex-police guy. What's happening, bro?
To move with care in that jungle out there. You got to be careful. You got to be careful.
So we kind of have like a full load skating on this morning. We're going to have the Nawassa Waterwise program, most definitely. And then at Nawassa will be moved back a bit. Well, not moved back, pulled forward a bit to 7:25. And after that, at 7:30, we should speaking to the 2 gentlemen from the bank that we didn't get to finish that interview yesterday. So we'll be speaking to them from 7:30 until 7:45, and just around, let's say, between 7:45 and 7:50, we'll be linking with the Honorable Emmeline Pierre, Minister for Education. Remember, she was on the Cabinet Post Brief. That was yesterday. She was in that yesterday. And she gave information, but we can hear it again. For emphasis, you do it more than once, all right? If you live inside of Carriacou, top of the morning to you. Yeah, Carriacou's been losing some real sons, boy. Kitty General is gone. So too has my good friend. Can I say good friend? Well, it's a gentleman that we know each other, so I wouldn't say really good friend. We know each other. Brungoat. He's gone. And boy, it's a sad day. It's a sad time for Carriacou. Brungoat is an individual that everybody in Carriacou knows, and more than 3/4 of Grenada knows who is Brungoat. Businessman, and sad to see him go. Sad to see him transition at around this time. But what can one do? What can one say? It happens. Transition, happens. scoops will say, hey, what station is that? I'm like, are you crazy? He says, oh, 91, you're the real boss. If you live along the western side, top of the morning to you, and here's hoping that you have a wonderful day, you and yours.
Trying to survive.
You know, I never got to see that massive slide, or the remnants or the remains of that massive slide happened a couple days ago on the western side, just after the Nonpareil. Nonpareil, that's French, isn't it? What does it mean again? No equal. Yeah, that's it. Nonpareil. No equal. Like Duquesne, the Duchess. Yeah. It said that the Duchess came a show one day in Duquesne, many years ago, on those boat thingies. Yeah. Also, I need to confirm it with Mr. Winston George. You know Winston George, yeah? Flower. You know him, right? Yeah. But there's a gentleman who died, British guy, who died in the Bushery area. He drowned on his way to the shore with a boat. Something happened. There was a mishap, and he drowned. But it's either he was a general in the army or governor, but he died. Yeah. Right to the Bushery area there. So tell people, y'all didn't know that? Anytime you see Winston George, Flower, ask him.
Careful.
The only place in Grenada I know of that had a salt pond, it's no longer there. We had to build an airport. So it was either an airport or the salt pond. You know, and we had people who were against that. Oh, leave the salt pond right where it is. Anyway, so we have an airport. We have all kind of things, including a Met office down there. Good morning.
Good morning.
Don't laugh.
Why not?
No, I not a joke. I serious thing. And you're laughing.
How are you?
I'm all right. So it was an airport or salt pond? An airport or salt pond? The revolution went to the airport. Today, you have a job. See, if we had gotten a salt pond, probably you're taking out salt today.
Probably what?
You're taking out salt.
Yeah.
Trisha Miller, good morning.
Good morning to you. Good morning to you listeners of Real FM. It's a fair morning here at the airport. Winds are from the east at 15 miles per hour. Barometric pressure, 1014.3 millibars, which is above the mean, and it's rising. Present temperature, 28 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity, 78%. Over the past 24 hours, 6.1 millimeters of rainfall were recorded here at the MBIA. This brings the total for the month so far to 120.2 millimeters. Now the public forecast valid for today and tonight for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. The weather is expected to be partly cloudy and breezy, with light to moderate afternoon and nighttime showers, and a low chance of lightning and thunder. Winds east-northeasterly to easterly at 14 to 24 miles per hour. Today's maximum temperature is expected to get up to 31.5 degrees Celsius. Seas moderate, waves 4 to 6 feet in open water. Tides will be low around 8:30 a.m. and high about 2:30 p.m. Sunset this evening at 5:47. Sunrise tomorrow morning at 5:58. So just to recap, the weather is expected to be partly cloudy and breezy, with light to moderate afternoon and nighttime showers, and a low chance of lightning and thunder. From the Met Office, Trisha Miller.
Don't laugh.
I'm not laughing.
I could hear it. Good morning, Trisha, and thanks again, yeah? Have a wonderful one. Okay, great. 24 minutes it is after the 7 o'clock hour. Thank you so very much, Trisha Miller from the Morris Bishop International Airport Meteorological Office. And interestingly, that's the manager of the Met Office is somebody from St. Patrick's, Hubert White. Yeah, he is the manager of the Met Office. He's been the manager for, I think, more than 5 years, definitely. Maybe more than 10 years. He's been the manager of the Morris Bishop International Airport Meteorological Office. Now, that's a great feat. You better believe that. We're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, friends, we should be having Waterwise. Stay with us.
Think of Grenville Cooperative Credit Union, what comes to mind?
a reliable financial institution that has stood the test of time. Maybe you think about the convenience and quality financial service they provide. Do you think about their readiness to help you retire, achieve your academic goals, build your dream home, buy the piece of land, or the elegant car? Or maybe the convenience of their different locations, Jubilee Street in Grenville, or the new outlet on Lucas Street in St. George's in the Derek Sylvester building. Maybe you always consider how they're always a phone call away. 442-8602 or 438-4228. They're also online, www.grenvillecreditunion.com. No matter what comes to mind, remember, Grenville Cooperative Credit Union is the best place to save and to borrow, working with you to make your brighter tomorrow.
Are you prepared for the hurricane season? Do you have a plan? Remember, water is essential in any emergency plan. Determine your family's water needs. Ensure your storage containers are full grade and store at minimum 35 gallons of water per person per day for at least 1 week. Understand that your planning may be different this year because of the need to protect yourself and others from COVID-19. Take the necessary actions to ensure that your household has an adequate stored water supply should there be an interruption. Be prepared. NWASA, committed to meeting customers' needs.
Good morning, listeners, and welcome to another edition of WaterWise, a production of the National Water and Sewerage Authority, NWASA. I am Wendy Chateau. On our last few programs, we have been sharing with you the exciting news about the launch of our app that will support customers' access to their bill balances. NWASA is extremely happy to be able to introduce this app to customers in response to numerous calls for easier access to their account information. In order to ensure a seamless experience for our customers, we are working out some kinks in the background and will officially launch the app on Tuesday, October 26th, 2021. Because it is web-based, the NWASA app allows for easy access by all mobile users, be it Android or iOS, and you can also access it from your computer or tablet. You simply go to your web browser and type in mobile.nwasa.gd. The NWASA app offers customers secure login, the ability to view current balance, meter reading and bill history, view overdue amounts, transaction history for up to a 6-month period, report a fault, link to website, bill payment option listings, that's listings of places the customer can pay, contact information, push notifications. NWASA will be able to push messages to customers, multi-tenant accounts, and that's in the case of landlords, etc. We know you are as excited about this app as we are, and we promise you that come Tuesday, October 26th, it will be official. In addition to the already existing WhatsApp access to bill balances, you will now be able to have your account information in the palm of your own hands. We apologize for the delay in launching, but we want to ensure that your experience with the app is a seamless one. Once the app is launched, we look forward to receiving your feedback so we can work on improving your experience. We also remind you this morning that our offices island-wide will close at 1 p.m., that's today, in order to facilitate a staff engagement. We will resume normal operating hours at 8 a.m. on Thursday, that's tomorrow, October 21st. The authority apologizes for any inconvenience that may be caused as a result of this early closure. And that's our program this morning. On behalf of the entire team at NWASA, I'm Wendy Chateau, thanking you for joining us and wishing you a fantastic day. And let's remind you that if you haven't already done so, you should go follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay connected.
Are you prepared for the hurricane season? Do you have a plan? Remember, water is essential in any emergency plan. Determine your family's water needs. Ensure your storage containers are full grade and store at minimum 35 gallons of water per person per day for at least 1 week. Understand that your planning may be different this year because of the need to protect yourself and others from COVID-19. Take the necessary actions to ensure that your household has an adequate stored water supply should there be an interruption. Be prepared. Nawasa, committed to meeting customers' needs.
Good morning, Grenada. Good morning, Carriacou, Petey Martinique. How you doing? Yeah, I'm looking. What am I looking for? I'm looking to see if I can see you. I know you can see me. Do you understand? But not one morning you can just show me how you look. Do you understand? That is just so not nice. Anyway, remember that yesterday morning we were having a wonderful discussion with two lovely gentlemen. One Kurt McFarlane, and the other is Paul is Belgrave. Yeah, I hope. I think, yeah. So we're having lovely discussion, and then we had the internet playing a little monkey on us, and we decided, okay, internet, we're gonna deal with you, and we just, have add another 15 minutes to the program and do it this morning, and they both accepted, and I want to thank them very much for that. I'm gonna go live with them just around this time. Remember also yesterday I had some camera issues. Well, not today, no camera issues, and they are in blue and I'm in pink. Good morning, guys. I'm here. Are you there? Let's go first to Paul. Paul, good morning to you. How you doing?
I am good, Andrew, and you?
I'm in pink today, Paul. I'm in pink, see?
Okay.
Blue, yeah. Good morning, Kurt McFarlane. How are you?
Good morning, Andrew. I'm fine, thank you.
Nice. Yeah, the internet played a monkey on us yesterday, so we decided that, hey, then let's come back today and give the people really and truly what they deserve in terms of, giving them information from Republic Bank Grenada Limited. Now, here's what, guys. When we got separated yesterday by the issue with the internet, the question was to you, Kurt, and the question that I asked had to do with looking at the safety in this COVIDious times, I call it, and the use of the card and how good it was to have this card from your company at this time in terms of assisting with the spread of COVID.
Right, Andrew, and thank you again for the opportunity to continue from where we left off yesterday. Good morning to our viewers and listeners. So before we got disconnected, I was explaining that we follow the established COVID-19 protocols when issuing debit cards to our customers, and the card itself is equipped with contactless technology, which allows customers to tap and go, right? So in short, both the protocols that we follow and the card are both suited to the COVID-19 environment in which we operate.
All right, and as more and more people will be using the Republic platform, how can we be assured? How can a Republic customer be assured? Because you're going to move a number of people from the other platform. Because I'm not into giving other people advertising kudos on your time, but moving people from the other platform to your platform, can we say that it is safe, that you guys can, the platform can handle the amount of traffic that is going to be thrown at it at this time? Are you certain of that? Kurt?
We're pretty sure, yes. In fact, it has been tried and tested. We have already had, I did not mention it, but the conversion itself from the other platform to the Republic platform is a joint conversion with the Grenada branches as well as the other branches in the EC. And we have a robust system in Republic Bank, and it is capable of handling the traffic that is expected at the conversion.
Paul, let me come to you. When I get my card, I come down there and I get my bank card. Can I just collect it and waltz to the teller machine and slip it in there and start making some withdrawals, or can I go to a supermarket and get ready to just tap my card? Can I do that immediately?
No, you should not. The cards that are being rolled out now is in preparation for the conversion. There are thousands of cards that the bank needs to put in the hands of its customers. And so the bank certainly could not have waited until the last week in order to get this exercise done. So this is really proprietary work. So that what's happening is that as you now get your card, we ask you to hold your PIN. You continue to use your existing card, and the bank will be very clear in communicating to its customers and the general public exactly when these new cards take effect. So you get this card now, you put it away, and the bank will communicate to you when you should start using the new card. In the interim, you continue to use the card that you now have, whether it's the red one or the blue one that you were issued.
Okay, and Kurt, let me come to you. In relation to the PIN that I'm going to be using or that I have already, so I'm coming from the other sector, coming over to you. I'm using the card I have presently. Can I use the same PIN on this card, and the same and put in that same PIN on the new card, the same PIN that I have on the old one? Can I put it and use it on the new one? Is that possible?
Certainly, Andre. On the matter of the pins, we have made it easy for our customers, right? So customers can either set a new pin or they can use the existing pin. It's not a problem. The choice is theirs, really.
How about using the card at another bank? I know I have a card that I use, and one time I went to use it at a particular bank. As a matter of fact, I went to use it at your bank because the bank that I was supposed to use it at, the machine wasn't working, and I was charged like about $9, and I was livid. I wanted to kill, and I thought it was your bank that was charging me that. So I have a cousin who is one of your managers, Miss Francis, and I held her in the neck, and I was about to strangle her for my money, and she says, "Dre, it's not me. It's not my bank. Check your bank and find out what's the process." When I checked my bank, it was my bank charging me about close to $10 to do a transaction when the machine wasn't working. So tell me here, can your customer use their card at another teller machine, and will they be charged that exorbitant amount? Because $10 is a lot for a transaction.
Right. So very good question, Andre. And we'd like to assure our customers that the New Republic Bank Visa debit card maintains its chip and pin technology and can therefore be used at any other bank's ATM, right? And as you rightfully said, the bank charges will apply. So the bank may charge a fee to customers, and that is to encourage the use of our own ATM networks. Whereas the other banks that you use the card at may also charge a fee, right? So in total, you may end up paying a fee for both operations, right? We are currently in the process of determining the fees and charges that we're gonna. We are leaning not to charge our own customers for using the cards at another bank's ATM, but rightfully the other banks may also apply charges, right? I'd just like to add as well that the card can be used locally, regionally, and internationally. And again, bear in mind that the international banks or the regional banks may apply their charges.
Okay. Now, Paul, back to you, my brother. You don't feel like you're left out on this at all. You know, I've got you there. Can I use my card forever and ever? Amen. I got my card today, and 10 years later, I'm still using my same card. Is that possible?
No. So the card has an 5-year life. So 5 years from the day that you would have been issued a card, you should be issued a new card, so that you yourself will monitor your card. You will be conscious of the expiry date. But the bank also will reach out to you indicating that we have a new card for you, because at issue, the card is valid for 5 years from the date of issue.
Understanding that you at Republic, you seem to be really rolling out something there that is ensuring customers that they can continue to do what they have to do, meaning conduct transactions and so on. What would you say to customers to help prepare them for these changes that are about to hit them? If I can use the word hit, but I don't mean it in a negative way.
Right. So specific to the card, because that's what we are speaking now. And again, we are excited. There's going to be a series of interaction like these because we have lots more to talk about. But specific to the debit cards, customers then should take note so that where they would have subscription, like I myself, I have a subscription with a music school, and so every month they would debit my account. So I would need at the conversion to change that card number. So currently, the school will debit my existing account through the card that I currently use. But come conversion, that card will no longer be applicable. It would not be pointing to my account. So I would now need to go in to the school onto their website and to change the account number, change the card number for the new card that I've received, so that they would be able to receive my payment. Also, other persons who maybe you have other accounts like Netflix, you have Amazon accounts, and so persons do a lot of online shopping, and so these card numbers are already in the system. So you need to take note, and when the time does come to change them, put in the new card number, because the card that you currently use will no longer be applicable. So again, there is a timing issue. You should not change it now, because the card that you currently use is valid until conversion. But come conversion day, you should change these in wherever they are applicable. And again, the bank is very committed to providing customers with an indication as to when you should do this. It's at the conversion date, and the bank will communicate far and wide that the conversion is going to be on this date, and so you should make the necessary changes.
Final question for you, Paul, and then I go to Kurt for his final question. And my final question for you, well, it's not a question, Paul. You have 30 seconds, Paul, to get some new customers for Republic Bank. People who are listening to you and they're not customers of Republic, you got 30 seconds.
Republic Bank is the bank. We are a regional bank. The bank has been expanded, not only regional, because Republic also has a bank in Ghana. Republic has proven itself over the years, like our team is. We are the one for you. We have proven ourselves, and just the experience and the testimony of our existing customers, Republic is the one for you. But if I may just add, Andre, for persons who may have who might be concerned that you may have been missed, you have not yet gotten your email, or maybe you have gotten the email or the message and you were not able to visit the site. We have two numbers that we want to share, two cell numbers that we invite you to call, and that would be 459-2526. I'll repeat it, 459-2526 and 459-2317. So customers can call these two numbers. There are persons who are manning these phones. You're not going to go to your PBX, press 1, press 5. As soon as you call, somebody's going to answer you, and we're going to make the necessary arrangement for you to collect your card.
Thank you. I thought you were going to, you said it twice, but I thought you were going to end with it. We're the one for you. I thought you were
Certainly, we are the one for you.
I thought you were going to end with it. Kurt, where can customers get information about, what is happening? If they missed it now and somebody say, hey, you missed Kurt and Paul, what number can they call to get information, or can they send an email or something to get information?
Okay, so in addition to the two numbers that Paul just gave, customers can also call us at 440-4725. So that's 440-4725. Or they can email us at conversion@rfhl.com. Right, and RFHL here speaks to our parent company, Republic Financial Holdings Limited. So the email address again, conversion@rfhl.com. We also encourage customers to visit our conversion website, and you can simply type in republicbankgrenada.com, and it will take you to the web banner that says conversion, or I can give you the long version of the website, which is republicbankgrenada.com/RBEC-conversion. Right? You can also visit our social media pages to catch up on any notices or anything concerning to the conversion and the debit card issuance, and we are ready to assist you.
Gentlemen, it was really nice talking to you over 2 days. I think we've created history in Grenada. No discussion or interview would have lasted over 2 days, and I think we've done. It's a historical thing, just like Republic. Historical things happening for you guys in a couple of days or so. Gentlemen, thank you so very much for being a part of my program this morning.
You're welcome, Andrew. It was our pleasure as well.
You're welcome.
Right.
And thank you as well for the opportunity.
No problem, man. Take care anytime. If anytime you're ready for a game of cricket, you look like a cricketer, Kurt. Are you?
Yes.
Oh, that was a short answer, and that was a good one. Paul, take care of yourself, brother. Have a wonderful day now.
All the best. Thanks.
Okay, bye-bye.
Good.
Speaking there with the two gentlemen from Republic Bank, Paul Belgrave and Kurt McFarlane. Hope you'd have had all the information that you would have needed. And yes, we probably speak to somebody again from Republic Bank in the not too distant future. We diving into the whole banking thing, insurance thingy, and yeah, this is where we going. We gotta give people information now. Hey, remember I said we're gonna speak to Minister Pierre. Okay. Should be expecting her to lock in a couple of minutes. This is real. Antonio, my brother. What's up? Phyllis Matterson. Antonio, how's your wife? Give her my regards, my brother. Kester Victor, good morning to you. Landon Jane Bernadette Abraham, nice to know you locking in. Vanessa Lalji. Tamika Moses, what's up, Tamika? Devon Romaine, you've been the first person to log on this morning. No, Devon, that was great. But remember, you gotta be careful. Whatever you do, friends,
You gotta be careful.
Republic Bank advises customers of its Guelph branch and the general public of the change in operating hours as follows. Full service will resume effective Wednesday, October 20th. Our 24-hour ATM and Republic online services remain operational to serve you. Stay connected on Facebook and Twitter for more information as we continue to bank safely together.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Ozone really gets it clean. Get with the Ozone family line of products. Ozone liquid laundry detergent, perfect for your semi or fully automatic washing machines, yet suitable for your hand wash, soft on your hands. Ozone disinfecting cleaner. It's the most powerful disinfectant and cleaner with a long-lasting fresh scent. Tackles every job around the house or office. Ozone detergent powder and ultra soft fabric softener gets your clothes clean with a natural freshness, keeps your colors bright. Choose from the wonderful scents, soft flower, ocean breeze, and the new aloe vera. Keep your kitchen sparkling clean with the Ozone dishwashing liquid, Ozone sponges and cleaning cloth. Ozone toilet bowl cleaner removes lime scale and kills germs while giving your toilet a refreshing scent. Ozone really gets it clean. Marketed and distributed by Calico, Frequente St. George's, and are available at shops and supermarkets nationwide.
Now more than ever, Flow is working hard to keep you connected to the things that matter most. Your family, your work, and your favorite entertainment. We are also providing Flow Study free of charge so students can stay connected and up to date with their schoolwork. And because your safety is our highest priority, you can manage your account from the safety of your own home through the MyFlow app. We are here for you, keeping you connected.
Grenada Security Services Limited is looking to hire fully vaccinated male persons from St. Patrick to become a security officer. Eligible persons must be between the ages of 25 to 50 years, good physical condition, have a clean police record, must be able to work flexible hours, and from St. Patrick. Persons with security experience, preferably serious persons only. Call us on 405-7456 or 409-0976 or send us an email on gsslimited1984@hotmail.com.
M&M Hardware Limited, Hope St. Andrew and Dusty Highway St. George. Shop conveniently for all your building materials including plumbing, electrical, lumber, cement, steel and much more. We manufacture roofing sheets available in 11 colors, aluminum windows, doors, insect screens and hurricane shutters. Installation services are available for all our manufactured products. Our opening hours are Monday to Friday 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., Saturdays 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. M&N Hardware Limited. Come on in and experience our affordable prices or call us 444-6757 or 440-6757 Dusty Highway. Email us at info@mahonhardware.com or mnmdusty@mahonhardware.com. M&N Hardware, foundation to roof. Let's build together.
Get high making money moves with the NLA's new Aces High Scratch game with 4 chances to win. Beat the dealer's card to win the prize shown. Reveal an A symbol. And just like that, you are automatically a winner. Scratch away to win the top prize of $10,000. Win easy with Scratch. Must be 18 or older to play.
It is Readers 91.9, 91.5. Remember I told you we were speaking to Minister Pierre this morning? Well, should be doing so in a couple of ticks.
Where you go? Where you walk? What you say? When you talk? Where you go? Where you walk? What you say? When you talk?
It's a hungry world out there, with everybody scrambling to get a share. Wolves in sheep clothing, birds of prey waiting to swoop down on you, and there's no telling what they'll do.
You gotta be careful in whatever you do. Good morning, Grenada again. Good morning, Caribbean. Good morning to the world. The time has now moved on to 9 minutes, and that is before the 8 o'clock hour. And we should be engaging Minister Emlyn Pierre any moment now, just waiting for her to come up into what we call our green room. And as soon as she comes in the green room and we believe that she's ready, then, of course, we will start speaking to her. Ventress, good morning, and how are you doing? Okay, so Antonio is telling me to check something. Okay, Antonio, I will. I'll see what happens with that in a minute. All right, I got you. Okay, I believe that we do have Minister Pierre with us. I think she's ready, so let's add her to a stream. Wow, isn't she beautiful? Isn't she lovely? Wow, I had to sing out on that one. Couldn't miss that. Good morning, Madam Pierre. How are you?
Good morning to you, Andre. You remind me of somebody, I won't say who.
Not your dad, no? Not your dad, no?
I'm not going to say. Good morning to your listeners and your viewers this morning.
Yeah, nice to have you. Nice to have you. You know, I was listening to you yesterday in the press conference, and I was like, oh boy, she's as good as always. But and I want to start off with something that you mentioned yesterday, and I don't think that I was listening for one of the reporters who would have joined the press conference. I was listening for them to ask a question in relation, and I don't think I heard. I'm not saying that they didn't, but I don't think I heard. You spoke something about maths level. That was at the beginning. What was that, Minister? Because I just caught the tail end of it, maths level, and I'm like, okay, fine. What did she say? What was that?
Right. So when I started, and I want to start the same way that I started then, to congratulate all of the students for the performance in the CXC suite of examinations, because, you know, it's not just CSEC. And I want to say that as we have been before, we saw some improvements last year, but of course we went back down again this year in the area of mathematics and, well, of course, English there, but mathematics of greatest concern, right? Now, what is interesting, Andre, is that when you look at the performance of math at the general maths level, you see a number of students, as you would have seen, the pass rate is just 30-something%, right? Now, at the same time, the peers of these students who fail math, some of them do add math, which is far more difficult, and they get 1s and 2s. Now, I have to conclude that we have to look seriously at methodologies. We have to look seriously at the fear. Let us be honest, because we had it in our time. Many people would tell you, depending of the teacher who taught them, depending of the setting in which they did it, they perform differently, right? And so for most people, there's a fear that is associated with math. And what we want to do is to definitely launch a project that would address the issue of math from a holistic perspective, not just about getting people to pass math, but getting people to understand the importance of maths, the relevance of math, and also to develop a love for the subject. So I think this is what I was referring to that you caught the tail end of yesterday.
You know, the interesting thing is, Minister, and still sticking with the math issue,
Mhm.
you will find that a number of persons who did not do well in math, but if you see them, and I've seen them in their what I call their gambling mood. If you see, because you look at people gambling, and you see they're able to monitor how much money there, how much do I have there, how much I'm supposed to win there. And they have that like 10 different places all over the board, and they can retain that and they can do that. But if you put them in the classroom, and as you said, based on the teacher that you gave them, you give to them in the classroom, they're like, I ain't really want to be in this. So it all boils down to, as you said, the methodology and, of course, the person who is putting forward that methodology, correct?
And we have to face the fact, and many of our teachers have expressed that view, their own fear for math as well. And the fact that they have had experiences from previous persons who taught them math. And so one of the components of that project, and this is coming from teachers as well, is additional support. Now, during the early stage of stages of COVID-19, you recall that I said we pulled our best math teachers out of the pool of math teachers that we have. And we actually got them to do videos. I'm sure you've seen the Spice Math series. So we did over 50 videos in that series. And it was so interesting, the feedback that we got. Now, when somebody is teaching math, it's one thing. When somebody is teaching math with a passion and they're enjoying it, and they feel comfortable doing it, it's a totally different thing. And we want to bring all of our teachers to that stage where they feel very comfortable, they have a passion for the subject, and what we believe is the best strategy to do it is to use their colleagues, those who are very comfortable with the subject, those who have excelled in the subject. And I mean, we've seen it. So for example, you have schools, and I've been looking at it very carefully. You have a teacher, for example, who is very passionate about math. I mean, math is, if you ask a person, what are your favorite subjects? Very rare you would get an answer that includes
You're guessing math.
very rare.
Yeah.
So when you find someone who said, my favorite subject is math, now you look at that person's pass rate and you would recognize something. You look at that person venturing into teaching add math at the CSEC level and you notice something. And so I am confident, Andre, that we can turn this around. What we need to do is to support our teachers, those who don't feel that confident about the subject, using their peers, using their colleagues who are very confident. We need to do the training. It's not just about knowing math. And I've had the experience myself, even at home, having my husband try to teach my son a concept in math. And I said to him, no, that's for your level.
Yeah.
Right?
Wrong level.
Wrong level.
Wrong
It is not about knowing how to do it, it's about knowing how to teach it, right? So I would have only been able to understand how to teach that particular concept because I came from in the classroom. So here, not having the experience in the classroom, what he was attempting to do was complicate the problem even more. So it's not just about teaching math. There's a way that you teach, and not just teach, different levels. So when you teach a child in grade 1 math, it cannot be the same as you teaching a child in grade 6 math.
Yeah.
So we want to be able to address this.
And off the top of your head, Minister, how did we do in math this year? Do you have that yet with you?
Right. So what I know is that the pass rate is in the 30%. I can get that exact figure for you. I actually pulled up the statistics as we're speaking, and I can give you that actual figure in 2 minutes.
Yeah. So even as you look for
But
that,
something
you're
very important to note, Andre, this is not a Grenada problem. This, I really want to make that point. It is a regional problem. It is a regional problem, and I'm going to tell you the regional figure as well for math. It's not high, right? And every country is grappling with that same problem. How do we address it? What is kind of unfortunate, and as people who've been speaking English all of our lives, we should not be in the same position with English, but we're not very far when we look at our results in English. So it's a major problem throughout the region.
So maybe it might even, but as you say, it's a problem throughout the region. And do you think that regional ministers of education may be coming together? It may be time for them to come together and say, look, it's either that we are not teaching it properly, or maybe the exams are set in a particular fashion and maybe need to relook how we are setting the exams. Do you think that these things might come up?
I don't think it's the exams, right? I think we have to look at what we're doing. But believe me, Andre, when I tell you, I believe fear is a large percentage of the problem. People put up a wall the minute they hear math because they think difficult. They think, it's going to frustrate me. Let me think about a subject that is easier, right? So I think that there, we have to break that barrier. We have to break down that barrier that says, come on, math is applicable to life. I mean, there are some aspects of it you may never use in your lifetime, right? But we have to find a way from the lowest level to get students, and it's not just math. We have to look, and of course, that area we've been doing very well, the science area. So when you look at other science areas like biology, chemistry, physics, you would see that we've been doing extremely well. As a matter of fact, in some areas, our average is even higher than the regional, right? So the STEM area, we've been doing pretty well there, but the math and the English is where our biggest concern. Math, 34.98%, right? We also have, well, I won't go into things like religious education, but those are our lowest percentage pass, which is math 34.98, religious education 43.75, and I have a view of religious education. I don't think it should be a subject that's tested. That's personal. French 50.66, English B 51.07, and Spanish 53.13, right? We had performance in English A declined by 10.94%. And that's what I'm saying. We picked up, something last year. And I was very happy to see that we had some improvement. Math declined by 8.58% from 43.56 in 2020. And in English A declined 10.94 from 82.67, and we went to 71.71. It is still an area of concern. We want to see English in the 80s, 90s. This is our main language. And we want to be able to help students to master to the best of their ability. Mhm.
All right, Minister. I guess everybody wants to know about school. When is school going to be reopened? What's happening? What can you tell us? When is school going to be reopened?
Right. So school is open, Andre.
Well,
it is open.
physical school. Physical school. Yeah. Thank you. Yes.
Face to face.
Yeah, face to
We
face.
want to resume face to face from the 1st of November, right? And we are looking at phase 1. By the end of phase 1, we will make an announcement of what happens after that period, right? We trust God that we are going to successfully complete phase 1 and we'll be able to move to phase 2. It is a challenge, but I don't know why I keep repeating this quotation from one of the students I spoke to over the weekend in the consultation. Reopening school is a risk, but it's a risk that we must be prepared to take.
Okay, that's a nice one. I heard you use that. You did use
Several
it about
times. Mhm.
5 times yesterday. You used it, and
thought it was
and I
3.
hope the young gentleman gets his copyright fees. I hope
Yeah,
that.
and I actually tried, and the staff is still helping me to find his name. You know, I know he's from the western side. I don't want to be too presumptuous, but I believe he's from St. Mark's when he introduced himself.
Okay, wonderful. But something like that, Minister, can be put on a platform with the young man. Maybe just a photograph of him and that quotation by him there, and making him feel proud and giving him the props.
So,
That
Andre,
will
if
do
he's
well.
listening, and you can encourage him after now, if he's listening, please get in touch with somebody that would be able to reach me.
Yeah, well, he can get in touch with me, and
Sure.
I'll try to reach you. All right, you spoke yesterday, Minister, about because it did come out that if you did not have or you were not vaccinated, you could not pick up or drop off children. You spoke to that yesterday. The changes. Tell us about the changes with that.
Right. So the current the previous protocol that has just been now changed said that if you're dropping off or picking up a child from a daycare, that you have to be vaccinated, right? That is now changed to say that you don't have to be vaccinated to drop off or to pick up. And that is because the managers of the daycares have said, look, we have put certain systems in place. These people, we are not going to allow them to come inside and mingle with other children and mingle with staff. They are going to drop off. We are going to use all of the measures to ensure safety. So we're going to ensure that we sanitize. Once the child is delivered, we sanitize and we take all the protective measures. And we feel comfortable that we could have changed that and to make it easier for all concerned.
And you're really satisfied that everything will work well with this. You as minister.
Well, for me, I'm satisfied based on what we have seen. Daycares actually fall under the Ministry of Social Services, but what we have seen in terms of the level of measures in place to protect the children and protect staff and so on, we're satisfied that it's a reasonable change that could have been made.
You also spoke yesterday about the curfew, and even yesterday evening, folks were asking me, Andre, what's the change in the curfew? What's going on? And I was saying, well, Miss Pierce spoke to it. As a matter of fact, there's someone listening now who said, make sure you ask her the question again this morning, Andre. I want to hear her say it. Minister, what's the situation with the curfew?
Right. So I remember saying clearly, there is no change to the curfew, right? But I did go on to say that the cabinet started to look at possible changes for the next amendment to the regulations. So I wanted to give a little measure of hope to people that it's on the table, it's being discussed, and we just did not believe that it was best to change it right now this week. But the regulations, as it's expiring on the 26th, which is next week. So it's only for 1 week. And so I don't think it's too far away. to await some possible amendments to the regulations in that regard.
Grenadians pick up on different things, Minister, because the guy in talking to me, when I said there were no changes, he said, Kid Michelle feel he's smart because he know the 25th is a holiday and the next one is due on the 26th. He don't doing nothing. I'm like, okay. But they pick up.
I would agree, Andre. He's smart, but I don't know if it's for that reason.
I don't know too. But the guy, he picked up on that, and I did not pick up on it at all or in any way. I'm like, okay.
He should consider himself smart as well.
Well, yeah, he should consider himself to be very, very smart. But tell us about, are there any changes in relation to funerals and I'm going to say like you, not weddings, not marriages, but weddings.
Yeah.
Are there any changes in funerals and
as you
weddings?
said that, you remind me of a program that I attended. It says a wedding is for a day, a marriage is for a lifetime. I never forget that.
Yes, yeah.
Yes. So there are no changes in those areas. They remain the same. But again, I can say that those are on the table. Discussions have started. Cabinet has started to look at some possible areas for changes. And so I would say there's a possibility, a big possibility that there would be some amendments in the next regulations.
All right. I've seen, although, and it is nothing, I heard someone speak to it yesterday, and you, of course, pointed out that you hadn't seen it, but I saw, not recent, not like yesterday or day before, but in St. Patrick's here, there was a funeral, and I expected that there are going to be more than 20 persons at the funeral, because the funeral service was held at the cemetery and not in the church. It was held at the cemetery. And we could have said that there are more than 100 people there, but they were scattered all over the cemetery. You know, you saw, excuse me, you saw them trying to adhere. At least you saw that. And when the person asked you the question yesterday, I'm like, well, there ain't nobody, not even the police can really and truly stop that. What are you going to do? Ask them to move from the cemetery? You couldn't do that. And I thought that, you know, you might want to comment on that in relation to, yes, you're asking persons and you're letting them know, hey, 20 persons and 20 persons is what it should be, and that will be the church. But if the service is taking place in the cemetery itself, there's nothing you can do if 100 people turn up and they're scattered all over the cemetery trying to adhere to the protocol.
Right. So now you asking me to comment on breaking the law, which for...
No, you're not breaking the law, Minister. You can go to the cemetery at any time.
No, the law says 20 persons must gather
At the
for a
cemetery?
funeral. At the cemetery, yeah.
Okay.
20 persons. And so what I can do is to encourage persons. Now remember, funerals are supposed to be by invitations right now. So I have people that I know very well, I love and cared for during their life. And I didn't get an invitation to the funeral. And I understand, because if it's 20 people, once I count the household and count the immediate family, I know I don't feature there in 20. So I call the family, I extend best wishes, I, do whatever is possible I can do before the funeral. And if there's an opportunity I can pass by, when I know there isn't a crowd, I try to do that as well. So I would just encourage persons. I know it's an emotional issue. I know it's something that's difficult to discuss even. But I would say those measures are there really for safety. And those measures are there to control and to further control the spread of COVID-19. So to the best of our abilities, let us please try to comply. This won't be forever. I don't anticipate it will be forever that it would be 20 people at a funeral. But let's try to understand. So if you're not the immediate family and you didn't have an attachment to the person that is extremely strong, I would say try to understand. Try to understand. I know that's easier said than done.
No. If you talk about somebody being politically correct, check Emlyn Pierre for that. brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I mean, I'll say this, and I hope we don't get told on. Not even Prime Minister Mitchell could have done it that way. Let's move on.
I know you have the ability to behave.
Yes, at times. Let's move on quickly, Minister, because our time's quickly running out. We only have about 15 minutes more. You're responsible for religious affairs. And yesterday, while listening to you, Minister, and you spoke about the Conference of Churches, and you also spoke about another organization. I don't remember the name. Probably you can help me here.
The Alliance of Evangelical Churches.
The Alliance of Evangelical Churches. And then you spoke about the Muslims and the Rastafarians, and so you did not identify them in any derogatory manner, but I'll just call them the others. How can we really and truly, and how do you propose, being in charge of religious affairs, how do you propose dealing with them? Do you deal with them on an individual basis, or you try to deal with them collectively? How do you deal with them?
Individual is not always practical, right? On our records at the ministry, we have almost 400 churches on our list. To ask every head of every church, what do they think about having funerals in cemeteries, or what do they think about reopening church? I mean, that is an exercise that's going to be very lengthy and it's going to take a lot of energy. And so when you do research, you try to gather data. A sample is always a good idea. Not always 100% reliable, but reliable sufficiently that you can make a conclusion, an informed decision. And so that is what we do. So when we're discussing those matters, we ask the Alliance of Evangelical Churches to be represented. We may say a number, right? Same thing for the Conference of Churches, same thing for the other organizations. One of the challenges we have is that some of the other organizations are not as organized as the Alliance and the Conference of Churches, and that's where there's a challenge. So you would find Elder so-and-so would call and say, I heard you had a meeting today, and it was not called, right? And we say, but, Elder so-and-so was there representing your organization. Well, I don't know anything about that. That's internal matters that we cannot interfere in. So there is that challenge, right? But to the best of our ability, we consult with the organizations. And I think I've been very, very impressed and satisfied thus far.
Okay. No, let's slip back to education, Minister. What's the situation with remote learning? Where are we with that at this time?
What I can say is we've made a giant step, right? Remote learning is something that we experimented with sometime around March last year. So it was new to our education system here. People in our education system used it before. So for example, our teachers who did online studies, they would tell you that they were used to it, but that's just a small fraction of the number of teachers in our system. So we introduced it here just after the start of COVID-19. And I'm happy with the progress we've made. We've done a lot of training with our teachers to help to improve their skills as it relates to teaching online. And well, our students generally, they are quite more familiar with the devices and the apps and how to navigate. The challenge we have though, Andre, is the management of the system and the process. Many students are unsupervised. And of course, not every child is as disciplined as the other in terms of sitting in front of a device and listening and responding. And so you have a number of challenges that we have to deal with. My son said to me, Mommy, you know what happened today? X person changed their name and went into the chat box and started typing obscenities, right? In the consultation with parents, I've heard things like, Miss, we don't have a problem, but sometimes when the children try to answer a question, you can't even hear what's happening because mommy and daddy in the background cussing and they're cussing obscenities. It's unfortunate that we have to expose some students to that. But then you have the homes where, no fault of theirs, a parent may have to go to work and the child is alone, and that child chooses not to log on, chooses not to participate. And we also have the other side of the coin, which is not the majority, where a teacher might just choose they're not logging in or they're not participating in any online session today, and the students are on waiting and no one shows up for different reasons, I'm sure. But we do have problems on both sides of the coin. All that being said, Andre, I am quite happy with where we are. We have made a giant step, and what we have to do is to continue to work to improve this. Now, people associate online learning to COVID-19. I do not want to create such a narrow view of what we're doing. We don't know what is ahead of us. Today might be COVID-19. Tomorrow would be something else. A child, as a matter of fact, I want us to reach that point where a child who is sick and has to be home for 2 weeks should not be missing out classes anymore. Because once that child doesn't have a problem with their ears or their eyes or is able to concentrate, that child should be able to join the class. And I always refer to a child in my constituency who was home for months, playing in the classroom. The chair was pulled out from under her and she fell, damaged, serious damage, and she was home for many months. If we had online learning and if we had that virtual opportunity, that child would not have missed months of lessons, right? And so, of course, the teacher at the time did an excellent job, I think, in sending work for her, but she could have joined the class online while Mrs. dealing with the other students in the physical classroom, right? So I want us to view this in a broader sense. And, persons who say, full stop, it cannot work, it don't make sense. I want us to look at what do we do to improve it, to make it work for other reasons. Let's not just think COVID-19.
Internet, Minister, is one of the biggest issues here. How are we going to be and I speak of we as a nation, how are we going to deal with this? Because a lot of children, there's still, not a lot, but there's still children who do not have power at home, and therefore they don't have internet, and even if they had it, they couldn't afford to pay for it, that sort of thing. How are we going to deal with this?
And forgive me if I start off sounding like I'm trivializing this, but March last year, April last year, the comment was not what you just made. The comment was, Minister, our biggest problem is that we don't have devices, right? So between March last year and now, the government of Grenada has made significant investment. I don't know of another country in the region that has made that level of investment. And so we have tackled and we've solved that problem, right? Now we are on the problem of connectivity, and not connectivity just in school, because we've basically addressed that. There are some little loopholes. We still working on that with Digicel. But the connectivity at home, the government is extremely committed to addressing this problem. Before COVID, internet was considered a luxury before COVID. Now it's a necessity, right? And so we view internet connectivity the same way we view helping vulnerable families to put electricity and water. So there is a project right now coordinated from under the Ministry of Finance where support is being provided for vulnerable families who cannot afford connectivity, and that is putting internet services at home. Following that, I believe, and that is my belief, that based on the conversation within the halls of government, that government is going to continue to treat this as an essential service that is needed by parents and students, where there are students in the home, and government will continue to provide support. Of course, these are challenging times, and it may not always happen with the snap of a finger, but I just remind us again, in March last year, we couldn't see light at the end of the tunnel when it comes to devices. We did not anticipate that we were going to do for every child from KG to Form 5. We never thought of it. I know the teachers themselves were surprised. They never thought that we were going to provide a device for every teacher. But God has been good. We are here. We have crossed that bridge, and I believe just so we would cross the bridge of connectivity.
Where do private schools fit into all of this?
And you're talking about devices.
Devices and
Connectivity.
and other rollouts too, because they are private schools. They're not government schools per se. They're private schools, so they would have
And
their
that
own.
question is always
thing.
featured. The government's policy with regards to private school is that a child is a child. The only challenge is when resources are limited, the government does not have a choice but to give priority to public schools. And that is because government has a responsibility for managing and providing resources to public schools. The law is very clear that private schools, just like any other business, invest and provide their own resources. Private schools do have an opportunity, according to law, to apply to government to become a private assisted school, which is where things like that can happen. But I have had several conversations and I've found no private school in Grenada so far that has an interest in becoming a private assisted school. Why? The law is very clear. The management of that school becomes a joint exercise between government and the business. Now, I'm sure you don't want the government to be involved in managing Real FM. That being said, those things that we are able to provide, so all of our private schools have received connectivity just like our public schools on that project. And that is because the resources were available to stretch that far. When it comes to devices, we have not been able to find resources to stretch this far. And so we've had to stop at the point of public schools. And I've explained this to the private schools in the past. We would do whatever we can where it's possible. So when we have training for teachers, as far as it's possible, we afford them the opportunity to participate. But there are times when there are limitations to resources, and we just have to confine to public schools in those cases.
All right. Two more questions on your ministry and then one question on your constituency, and I'll let you go. What is your government's position on vaccination in relation to 12 years and up? What's your government's position on it? And will there be a new rollout for these 12-year-olds who are going to be entering secondary schools or already there?
The government's policy and position on this, first and foremost, is that we would love to see every child over 12 be vaccinated. And there's only one reason. It's not just for vaccination's sake. Because we cannot forever remain at home online, and we need to get our students back to school, we want to ensure that they have the highest possible level of immunity to COVID-19. And that we want to reduce as low as possible the risk of these students getting sick, having to be hospitalized, and unfortunately, we do not want any of them to die from COVID-19. So it is the only reason, out of love, that we are saying to protect them, vaccinate them. That is our primary position on this. Secondary, we are saying at this stage, children cannot make a decision for themselves as it relates to vaccination. I've heard students say, I want to be vaccinated, but mommy don't want me to be vaccinated, right? I mean, by law, a child cannot make that decision on their own. And so we have taken the position that we would encourage parents, but we are not making it mandatory for a child to return to school as we reopen face-to-face. But of course, I would encourage parents, and I've said it before openly, my children who are 12 and over, they are vaccinated. And so I encourage parents, just as we vaccinated them at 3 months, I believe, it's so long ago, I don't remember, but I believe it was 3 months, we had to go back and have them vaccinated. And then we did it again, maybe when they were a year, I don't remember all the, I've done this so long ago. But we did it. And we didn't do it just because we wanted to do it. It wasn't an exercise that we did for style. We did it because there was something that we wanted to protect them from, right? So, and the truth is, Andrea, I'm just thinking, I never paid attention to what we were protecting. So if you ask me now, what was your son vaccinated against? The truth is, I cannot answer you, and that's the honest truth.
The interesting thing too is, Minister, it was not just protecting them from, but it was part of planning in relation to their education, because if they were not vaccinated, then they cannot attend the day nursery and they cannot go into primary school.
And
that is
the
what it
law.
was.
And that is the law. Now, I have to deal with the situation as Minister for Education, where the law provides a little window of exemption based on religion. So I have had cases of persons coming from the US, for example, or Nigeria or somewhere to say, I am of this particular religion, and most times it's not one that exists here. And for that reason, my religion don't believe in vaccination. Minister, can you use your power under the law to allow my child to go to school unvaccinated, right? And of course, government is extremely concerned about this. We had an outbreak in a particular school where the entire school had to be shut down. It was a private school. And the feeling is, I'm going to choose my words carefully, the feeling is whatever it was may have been something that was contracted from a particular student. And looking at the students in that particular school, the Ministry of Health expressed concern that there are students in that school who were not properly vaccinated, and they were traveling to very far places where there are certain exposures that they are concerned about. So when we talk about these things, we sometimes use emotions. We sometimes get very emotional, but we have to think beyond. We have to think about not just ourselves, but the child who's sitting next to my son, right? Who I want to protect as well. It's not just about me and my child, but I also want to think about the other children and the safety and protection of these students.
Okay, Minister, I'm going to leave the other question out because I love your constituency just as much as you love them. Maybe you just love them a little bit more than me, or a lot more than me. What's happening at St. Andrews South West? Oh, Southeast, sorry. Southeast at this time.
How could you get that wrong?
How could I get that wrong? Yeah, what's going on? How are you guys going?
Yeah, it's a very challenging time, Andre. As you know, I love interaction. So village meetings and all of those things have been put on hold because of COVID-19. And just as people anticipate the change in the curfew and the change in the numbers and the regulations, so too I feel, because I want to resume those sessions. But I understand why we can't do it now. So those activities that we do on a weekly basis, they have been interrupted because of the current regulations. And so we look forward to that. In the meantime, though, Andre, what we have been doing as a team in the constituency is to fast track and to do even more than we normally would do in certain other areas. And I call that kind of makeup. So we ensure that we don't delay on any road that we have to do for this year. We ensure that we don't delay on any other project that we have to do. So even if we can't do the interactions as we normally would, our projects, our special projects and all of those things, we are working aggressively to address those. In addition to that, we have been looking out for a number of vulnerable persons, and we have been looking particularly at the households, for example, where no one is employed, people would have lost their jobs and so on. We've been trying as far as we can to assist as many of these households as possible. Vulnerable families, when it comes to things like connection of water, electricity, assistance in whatever ways that we can. We have been given serious priority to those areas, mindful that it is a stressful time. It's a difficult time. So we are working very hard in the background, even if we can't frontally do certain things that we normally, traditionally would do on a regular basis. And so I just want to commend persons from my constituency for the way that they have been observing the protocols, the way they have been cooperating, can't say it's everybody, but generally speaking, I drive through the constituency. Generally speaking, I think there's a measure of interest in observing and following the protocol and a level of compliance, generally speaking. I just want to continue to encourage them. The number of persons who have been coming out for vaccination and testing over the past 4 weeks or so, that has also been impressive. And it's not just coming out. When I visit a center, I always try to encourage and commend them because the level of order and discipline, I have been very, very impressed with that. And so we continue within the limitations to do as much as we can. We've been doing a lot online, so meetings online, on Zoom, communicating with persons, doing the best we can to serve during this difficult period.
Finally, Minister, Christmas, it is coming. Is it going to be the same as last year? You think there are going to be some changes? What do you think is going to happen here?
Right. No, I will tell you my dream, really, Andre, but I want to raise a concern as you ask this question. During my consultation with parents, students, the union, principals, various stakeholders, one of the things that came out that I was extremely taken aback about, it actually scared the life out of me when I first heard it. People seem to literally be expecting that there'll be a significant rise in COVID cases in December and that we are going to have a lockdown in January. Yeah, I see official expression, and this was me during that period of listening to some comments, right? There's an expectation that we are going to be going back to square one in December. Now, I don't want to believe it. I am not going to believe it because I believe we have learned sufficiently from previous experiences, I'll put it that way. And I don't think that anyone, having seen how families have been devastated during this last period, would even think about having a celebration that is going to be public, that is going to be outside of the protocols, that is going to be outside of what we are encouraging in terms of how we conduct ourselves during COVID-19. I want to encourage people. We are in October still. Christmas is supposed to be in December. But even this early, I want to say to Grenadians, Andre, let us not plan to behave, as people say, let us not plan to behave bad. Yeah, please, yeah. I am begging. We cannot go back to that place that we were. We cannot go back to hear 12 deaths today. We cannot go back to that place. And the way that we don't go back to that place is 1, getting vaccinated, 2, following the protocols, ensuring that we wear our mask. It appears, and that is just my own conclusion from using the data, this is not official. It appears that the higher the deaths go, the higher the vaccination numbers go. It appears the higher the cases go, the higher the number of people who wear their mask properly. I want to appeal to us. Let us not allow these things to control how we behave. Let us behave right, whether there is death or no death. Let us behave right, whether there is a case or no case. So even if the cases get down to 0 on the books, and I'm sure you understand why I say on the books, because it doesn't mean that we've caught every single case that is out there. Even if it gets down to 0, let us continue to follow the guidelines that are provided by the Ministry of Health. Wear your mask, wash your hands regularly, or sanitize. And I repeat again, maintain the physical distancing and get vaccinated. So, Andrea, I hope I did answer the question, but I had to plug that in because it worries me. It worries me to hear that we are planning and we are thinking that we are going to be having a major shutdown after Christmas. I don't want to think about this. In terms of what I think and expect and looking forward to for Christmas, I really missed the engaging with the children in my constituency. This for years has been my Christmas, right? And I didn't have a Christmas for the last 2 years. And I'm looking forward to that place that we're going to get to based on our behavior by December, that we are going to be able to have some measure of controlled activities that at least we can celebrate Christmas with our children. And I'm talking about our constituency children here. And we can do something that we won't be on lockdown during that time. I am really looking forward. And I believe we can do this. I honestly believe. I have the confidence in our Grenadian people. I do. I really do have the confidence in our people that we can choose to behave and behave well.
Minister, thank you very much for being a part of my program this morning, and looking forward to you again. Maybe next time we will not be speaking ministry. We'll try to zero in on St. Andrew Southeast.
I'm trying to count how many times you said that, Andre.
Yeah, a lot of times, yeah.
I'm holding you to it still.
Don't worry, we will. Take care of yourself and have a wonderful day. Give my regards to all the men in your life. Give my regards to them.
I will. I'm sure they are home listening.
Yeah. All right, take care. Have a good one now. All right, bye-bye. This is Real 91.9, 91.5, www.therealfmgrenada.com. Stay with us.
Need a quick, convenient way to pay your bills and avoid lines? Use the online banking feature from Republic Bank, First Caribbean, or Co-op Bank. Contact them today to set up your online banking and enjoy 24-hour convenience to make your bill payments. Stay safe. Grenlec, we are united even when we are apart.
This is Dr. Chaichin again. Just letting you know, there is absolutely no excuse for sexual violence against our children.
I say no make them take advantage of you.
How going on, boy?
Hey, good old things.
Hey, easy.
Yeah.
Boy, in line, boy. Your house looking a real good day.
Boy, it's thanks to the hardworking and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service.
Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy.
Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex, or give them a call, 440-1015 or 440-1016, or check out their website, hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
M&M Hardware Limited, Hope St. Andrew and Dusty Highway, St. George. Shop conveniently for all your building materials, including plumbing, electrical, lumber, cement, steel, and much more. We manufacture roofing sheets available in 11 colors, aluminum windows, doors, insect screens, and hurricane shutters. Installation services are available for all our manufactured products. Our opening hours are Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. M&M Hardware Limited. Come on in and experience our affordable prices, or call us 444-6757 or 440-6757 Dusty Highway. Email us at info@mahonhardware.com or mnmdusty@mahonhardware.com. M&M Hardware, foundation to roof. Let's build together.
Republic Bank advises customers of its Guelph branch and the general public of the change in operating hours as follows. Full service will resume effective Wednesday, October 20th. Our 24-hour ATM and Republic online services remain operational to serve you. Stay connected on Facebook and Twitter for more information as we continue to bank safely together.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Let's get tough on breed your larceny. It will destroy our economy. Larceny threatens our food security. Can hurt us locally, hurt us globally. To all the buyers, ask for license from all produce sellers. To all traffickers, hotels, and street vendors. Nah, man. Let's do all we can to stop radio larceny. New vigilance, new laws, and a tough judiciary. Stop Grenada's organized business crime. It's time.
To report pre-deal larceny, call 300.
With more, with the NLA's daily cash fall. Every day, with more plays and bigger prizes to be won. It's a 4-digit game with all the bet types you already know and much, much more. From 0000 to 9999. Choose your 4 numbers and place your bet from 11 different bet types. Choose from inline, 4 different mixes, first 3, last 3, and 4 different backup options too. Best of all, it starts at just $1, except for backups, which starts at $2. Win as much as $5,000 with a $1 inline bet and as much as $6,200 in a $2 backup bet. Imagine $50,000 for a winning $10 inline bet. There's definitely more to win with the Daily Cash 4. More plays, bigger prizes. Twice per day, Mondays to Saturdays. Must be 18 and over to participate. NLA, making your dreams come true while supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
For it and you got it. A quicker way to pay your bills online. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. No registration, no additional fees. Flow is now offering FastPay, an online service that allows you to settle your bills in less than 2 minutes. Need a receipt? FastPay will send it to your email immediately. Use FastPay now for convenience, safety, and efficiency at discoverflow.co/fastpay. Flow is keeping you connected.
Where you walk, what you say, when you talk, where you go, where you walk, what you say, when you talk.
It's a hungry world out there, with everybody scrambling to get a share.
Birds of prey, wolf in sheep's clothing.
There's no telling what they'll do. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. Where you go when you're walking. What you say when you're talking. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful, careful.
You know, you have some people in your contacts, and only when they want you to put out something for them, they send you a message. Don't message me. Morning.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
And good morning to Grenada. I want to congratulate you on the interview that you just did with the minister there. I thought it was good.
Thank
very
you.
good. I thought she was able to give a good account of herself. She did the same thing yesterday, and more or less all the questions were almost surrounding the same thing that was asked yesterday, and she did. So she came prepared by you, I think. But there is this school of thought with some people why opening school now, and you have to close in opening in November, and you have to close in December. But I share the ministry's objective to try to open. I think they're worthwhile thing. the children, even the teachers have been losing that contact. And I think if we could get back our contact together with children and so I think it will be, because as you said, there are some children that have not got contact with the online yet at all. So I think it's a good to bring it back. And even though you have school for 1 month, this is 2 weeks in the first instance. So if you have school for 1 month before you close for the holiday, I don't see anything wrong in that. Once we could handle ourselves properly. The next thing is the minister said that she's hoping that the Christmas work out fairly okay and that people do enjoy this year so much that we have to have a shutdown in December, in January again. And I too, that is worrying me too. That is worrying me really, that people want us steam out. And I'm frightened that if we get this steam out, we may not, or some people may not be able to control themselves and may just let the guards down. We let down our guards before and we pay for it. And I'm hoping, really, really, really hoping that we don't let down our guards again. But it seems to me that some people are steaming that, they were making enough money and they can make enough money and whatnot. And we're not thinking of what is behind there. I really think that they have to be put in front. Put in front. I think we could enjoy ourselves and not have a surge on us again. But I really believe that people are not. And it may be a small percentage of people, but the stimulation that you're getting, that people want to just fly out and not think. And I think that could be very, very, very dangerous for us. We could enjoy ourselves. Sit down and have a little drink, but be careful with it. And I'm frightened that the way people talking, the stimulation that is put in there, that we may be letting on our guards. I hope I don't on my side, but I am seeing that people want to just steam out. They want fair, they want party. But that is not the bottom line. So let's hope that common sense will definitely prevail. That we enjoy ourselves, but we just steam out.
Okay.
I think it could be a dangerous thing.
All right, Mr. Benjamin, have a nice day. Good.
Same to you.
Good. 9 minutes now, it is before the 9 o'clock hour, and it's Wednesday today. So we should be having Good morning.
Good morning, brother.
Good morning.
I called you yesterday. I may not be able to call you on the agriculture program that you normally do, but two things. In terms of the people wanting to blow out, they actually do. It's been a long time. There's a lot of people under a lot of stress, and we have to find a civilized way to express this pent-up, whatever it is, energy without making ourselves even more sick. That's something we have to figure out, and we have to figure out fast, because the longer it takes, the more people will be stressed. But in terms of agriculture, if you can address this at some point, it would be really nice. I heard the program this morning, and someone said the farmers are the easily exploited, the easiest to be exploited, my correction. One thing he mentioned was that some farmers used to get paid and they would cash the check in the shop that paid them. I'm still missing something, because farming been going on for a while. There's been unions. Farmers supposed to have an organization that protects them and their best interest. Do you know if there's an account, some kind of banking where the farmers put a certain amount of money aside to send their kids, their children, off to college to learn about the farming that their parents are doing? Do you know anything about that? And is there something like that being done? Because to me, if that's not being done, regardless of what else we try to do, it's a waste of time. Because once the farmer become older and, God forbid, passes away, who takes over? Who runs the business? What happens to the farm? Do they just cut up the land and sell it for house flats? So I couldn't
answer for the farmer and what he or she does.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore.
But do you know of anything like that where the union, the farmers union or whatever, has put together something where they're
There's no farmers union
so the farmers are not organized?
in Grenada at this particular point in time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're partially organized to go and pick up a nutmeg and pick their cocoa and get the sauce up and cut banana and whatever. They're partially organized.
Well, I'm hearing about they go into the farmers meetings all the time. What's that about?
But you asking me? You hear Andre?
Because you don't have the program.
Andre is not professing to be a farmer.
No, I'm saying you wouldn't want having a farmers program on a regular basis. So I'm thinking, do you know of anything like that? Because I've been hearing a lot of things on your show where people are complaining about the farmers being robbed, being treated unfairly, all these different negatives that comes to the farmer, and a lot of it just has an educational component to it. If the farmer were better educated and his children are better educated, they'd run their business better and have more money. So is that something you guys can address in the next?
I don't have my farmer's thinking cap on. It's not. It's not Thursday.
You see, you're running.
I'm not running. I answered your question, bro. And you have to respect that. Respect game, man. Come on. Don't hate the play. Hate the game. Respect the game, bro.
Amen. Where you gonna link? I gotta go. We're gonna talk later.
Take care of yourself now.
Yes, I be safe.
All right, one love, good. Hey, Seisha, good morning to you, bro. It's nice hearing from you. 2 days in a row? That's not bad at all. 2 days in a row? That's really good. That's really, really good. Grenada, Carrick, P.D. Martin, Greston, Eastern Caribbean. Friends inside of Trinidad, top of the morning to you. Somebody else online. Good morning. How you doing?
Yeah, Mr. Donald, the question the gentleman asked is a valid question, but I'm glad the way you answer it, because there is no, as we speak, there is no real farmers organization within the cocoa and nutmeg, and that still is in limbo.
Yeah.
So there is no real organization. We had something that Mr. Clouden and him had, some farmers group in. I don't hear much about it.
Clifford, you see, I'm happy you touched on that. That organization that Mr. Clouden had with farmers, that was just to keep him in the Senate. No, y'all are understanding the play. And I ain't hate the game, eh?
Yeah.
I ain't hating the play. The game is incorrect. Yeah. But that is what it was. Keith Clouden did that, so when he had to get votes to keep him in the Senate, he didn't have to go far to get it. You understand? And hey, it is what it is. And that is what is happening now again.
Well, I saw that
Roderick Sinclair ensured that he had the support of the cocoa farmers and the nutmeg farmers, and that done. Once he has that, there's nobody stopping him from becoming the senator. And that's how the play is. And I don't hate the guy. The game, you understand? The game is like, damn, that's how the game runs. Yeah, but that's how it is. And we'll find a lot more things. There are a lot more things that people do so, and they do it for they're even politicians who don't serve people the way they should serve the people. But do you understand? They play the game.
That have its truth in it, because I know in the Cocoa Association and Nutmeg, fellas is to campaign to be on the board. I know for that.
There you go.
I'm guaranteed a shot on that. But I think we need a strong agricultural organization. The big problem with that is when those organizations bond, they bond too much with political clues and them. And that's the big problem, that the chairman, the president, the secretary wants to be an NMP, wants to be an NDC, and we clothe that. And that breaks up most of this organization. We have to take out that part of it. And you must be a group there lobbying for conditions for farmers and not a political. Forget your NMP shot, forget your NDC shot, and lobby out there for farmers. And until we get a group that is going to respond to that, we will have problem with farmers organization.
Man,
that's a major, major, major problem.
Let me just tell you straight up, bro. If y'all don't elect Andre or select Andre to be your representative, y'all will forever see trouble like that there.
No, but Andre, good way is if you're playing in a match and you're making 75, 100 and something every time, why should we move you?
Okay, great. Stop right there, Clifford. Stop right there. Clifford.
Yeah.
I playing for Windwards. Time for me to make West Indies team. So you're gonna let me play for Windwards all the days of my life? No. I have to get the chance to play cricket at the highest level. Stop that.
And then you might put on the cap, the same cap I'm talking about. You might put on the same shirt I'm talking about.
No, you have to give me the chance.
You might go in the other end and see
irrespective. But you cannot just have so I ain't gonna call them. People go vex at me. No, you can't have me, Clifford. I performed well for the parish league. From the parish, I go to the national team. From the national team, I go to Windwards. I'm making runs in it. I'm getting wickets in a good all around there. But now leaving on Windwards, we don't put him. We don't.
You saw what happened,
Mr. Man.
Lara was one of the best cricketers in the world. As soon as we take him and make him West Indies captain.
No, I don't want to be the captain. I want to be on the team. I want to be the captain. I never said I was being captain. You understand? But you can if they did not give Lara the opportunity, Clifford, to play at the level the world would have never seen him. Wrong or right?
You're right.
Good. Stop right there. No. Don't say nothing more, Clifford. Have a nice day. Take care of yourself. God bless you. Take care now. Bye-bye. All right, good. This is Real 91.9, 91.5. www.drealfmgrenada.com. Good morning, Caribbean. Good morning to the world. Where is Miss Grant today? Haven't heard from her.
You asked for it and you got it. A quicker way to pay your bills online. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. No registration, no additional fees. Flow is now offering FastPay, an online service that allows you to settle your bills in less than 2 minutes. Need a receipt? FastPay will send it to your email immediately. Use FastPay now for convenience, safety, and efficiency at discoverflow.co/fastpay.
Flow FastPay. 2 minutes and you're on your way. Flow FastPay. Flow FastPay.
Flow is keeping you connected.
Green's Concept introduces the latest innovation in air conditioning technology in Grenada, providing the most energy efficient, environmentally friendly air conditioning units in Grenada. Using a natural refrigerant, all air conditioning unit systems are up to 40% more energy efficient than the current units used in the Grenadian market. Powerful cooling while using less electricity and very inexpensive. That means more money in your pocket. We offer free delivery to all locations of installation and installed by top quality trained professional engineers with over 20 years experience in the business. Contact Green's Concept 417-5460 or 442-1663. Email greensconcept@gmail.com. At Green's Concept, we cool you and the planet.
Green's Concepts announces special prices on 18,000 and 24,000 BTU units. You have been saving on power, now save on prices. Call us today.
He said he don't really want the AstraZeneca. He said what he really want is the Moderna or the Pfizer. But if he can't get that, he go wait on the one from Cuba. Plus his friend in the country making a special one from Bush and they calling it the push in the bush. I said, boy, don't be stupid. The best vaccine is the one you can get right now. Because while you waiting on vaccine, COVID not waiting on you, you know. So take what you could get today because tomorrow is another story. Plus vaccine is not just about you. It's about you protecting your co-workers, your friends, your family, your community. You don't want to bring nothing by them and they shouldn't want to bring nothing by you. So make sure they get the vaccine too. I mean to say you wash your hand, you wear your mask, you keep your distance. So what's a little vaccine? A jab here and a jab there and you're done. It's just a different kind of jab. So boy, take in front before in front take you. Get your vaccine now.
Customers of Republic Bank's Halifax Street and Grenand Steels Complex branches, your new Republic Bank debit card is ready for collection. Look out for an email or SMS invitation with details of when and where collection will be. Please present valid identification and your existing card when collecting your new debit card. See, press, and visit the bank's social media pages and website at republicbankgrenada.com for further details. This message applies only to customers of Republic Bank's Halifax Street and Granand Steels Complex branches.
Step inside. Immerse yourself in colors that come alive.
Color by Sissons.
Let your imagination run wild. Surround yourself in a world of color.
Color by Sissons.
Endless inspiration. Bold expression. Bold expression.
Color by Sissons. Sissons. Express your style with Color by Sissons.